like that.
There is a Southern revival awakening in our great nation. We are here to highlight the makers, creators, chefs, and communities revitalizing the traditions of Southern food, local cuisine, and craftsmanship. Welcome to the South in Your Mouth podcast.
Hey, look, we've added more to it this week. It's always something. So Salesi, I was trying to Salesi?
Yeah, Salesi.
Salesi.
Yeah.
So Salesi's here. Salesi owns Big Toko Barbeque, new food truck,
Yeah.
new endeavor.
Yep.
Is it full time or still just?
Still part time right now. Just,
I got you.
Trying to grow, trying to get more products, get more stuff growing. But yeah, just.
So what are you focusing on? Is it going to be food and catering and food truck events?
Yeah, pretty much everything. I want to get to the catering atmosphere kind of thing. So
Okay.
I want to create more, more items so people would have, options to choose from kind of thing.
I got
How many items you running now in the truck?
In the truck right now, I run max 4 meat, 2 sides.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll have 3 sides.
What's on this sucker doing? I know it's island barbecue, but
Yeah. So, mostly chicken. That's
like Huey style. Or
yeah. So, yeah, it's kind of like Hawaiian style, marinade.
Yeah.
Then when I started with the Hawaiian style marinade, and I started adding up, kind of like my own little extra.
There you go.
Because the flavor keeps changing, and just one of those things that you just not satisfied.
Yeah, for sure.
You just want to keep, getting better and better. So, and I kind of used to also say marinate on chicken, pork, like beef.
Yeah.
And the more I add stuff to it, it changes. They're not all the same taste.
Yeah.
Pork has its own flavor.
Absolutely.
Chicken has its own flavor. Beef has its own flavor.
And I saw some pictures. You got some mac salad rocking.
Yeah. The mac salad's a big thing in Hawaii. Like that's a side that Hawaii does. So, I'm trying to make it closer to Hawaiian style mac salad, but people are loving it. It's like
I love a good mac salad.
Oh, yeah.
So what makes it different than like a traditional Southern macaroni salad?
I guess.
What all do you put in yours?
There's the main ingredient is mayo.
Okay.
There's most in there with
It's a flavor of love.
yeah. I mean, it's a big thing in the islands. Mayo is like we haven't had mayo on everything.
So we're talking mayo. What's your mayo?
Pretty.
Are you a Duke's, Hellman's?
Helmets.
Helmets?
That's
Okay.
That's the big one that we usually have like in islands. That's the only mayo that we know.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So what else goes in it? Ham?
No, just some shredded carrots, apple cider. I add a little bit of coconut milk into it,
Nice.
and then sometimes the green onions. Go
Okay.
In Hawaii, they add eggs. Some of them would add spam.
Yeah.
There's different other variety, but I'm just starting in the basic because I don't want to push it too far to where I'll mess it up. Ruin the mac salads.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
So what brought you to doing this? I mean, I know your background.
Yeah. So I mean, I never thought I grew up actually. I actually grew up cooking food.
Yeah.
When I was a kid. That's how we kind of made our income as a family. Nights. We cook food, and doing that when I was younger, obviously it was part of my chore as a kid doing that, growing up. So we had to do this so we could get stuff to buy stuff, gas, and all that. But I got to this part of the world with my rugby career.
Yeah.
And I traveled to Australia, up to New York, all over the state. And one day I just got off work and I saw a food truck parked outside, and I was like, man, that's a long night. Like people are. I was like, what did they do?
What do we got going on here?
And I was like, man, I want to do something like that. Like I want, people to try something from, where I'm from.
It's awesome.
So, and the only kind of food that I had to start off with was something that's kind of, similar to Hawaiian style barbecue, because, a lot of people know Hawaii.
Yes.
Right.
So having that kind of Hawaiian background is what attract a lot of people because that's a different kind of food here in Georgia. You know, we have all the southern barbecue, we have all the fried food and all that. Having the word Hawaii in front, you know, as a backpack kind of thing to your food, people are, you know, interested.
Yeah.
Obviously, Stuart's been in front of Hawaii. I can bring Hawaii right here to you. So, and that's how I started off. So when I built up from the Hawaiian style food, I started adding in the kind of food from where I'm from. Like when people ask for catering, I give them these options. So most of the lists that are in the option, people has never heard of it or even had that kind of food. So when I give them a taste of it, they're like, "Oh, please, you gotta bring this. You gotta make it." You know.
That's awesome. And you started out doing events at Buckhead Saloon, right?
Yeah. So I had a good friend, Hemi.
Yep.
Hemi, one of my good friends, he had a trailer. He was cooking a different style. That's the kind of barbecue that I rarely see around here in this side of the country. Mostly in Utah, California. It's that big trailer, and it's just the food just
It's all on the rotisserie.
yeah. The rotisserie. I mean, you could say it's closer to smoking it.
Yeah.
All you're getting is smoke flavor, but the nonstop, you know, rotisserie is it's amazing. And you know, we started off with that, and like you know, it gave me, you know, remind me of what I did when I grew up.
That's awesome. So it sparked it again.
Yeah. It kind of, you know, it's like, man, I can't believe that full circle around to where I started my life kind of thing. How to make, you know, a living of, you know, making food, you know, serving it to people, and, you know, seeing people, the smile, you know, the enjoyment that they have. Like that was something that I always wanted. More important to me than, you know, making money that I want people to enjoy it and kind of see it. You're like, man, this is, you know, I've had a few compliments about this is made with love. You hit it. Like, you know, I made it with my 100% effort. But most people, once they taste it, they know it. You know, so.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So you said you had a rugby career.
Yeah. So the rugby career took me, you know, to Australia. I had a little contract there for almost 2 years.
Oh wow.
And you know, because I was a U.S. national, I'm a U.S. passport playing in a foreign country, you know, they have to pay more money for your visa and all that. So towards my the end of my contract, they were like, we had to, you know, renegotiate things, you know, this and that. But it's almost sounded like I would drop to the lower team or maybe not make as much money as I usually make. So I was like a founder of it. And then my president of the club came over to where I was living. And like, there's a guy in New York that wants to bring you over to play rugby. And I was like, wait, what?
Oh wow.
You know, I grew up in a house that, you know, barely roof was holding together. You know, like, you know, literally, you know, sitting on the floor eating and all that. You know, so I'm in Australia. I'm still living with family. You know, and I'm New York.
Yeah.
The only state of America I've heard of when I was a kid was either California or because of Hollywood.
Yeah.
New York was never heard of, you know, because that's one of those states that you're never going to make it there.
Yeah.
Here I am, almost 24 hours play. I'm over from New York. Yeah.
Speaking of Hollywood, didn't you have a little acting
Yeah.
background too? I think I remember hearing that.
I know you're talking about food.
How about you, man? Oh, we're talking it all.
Yeah, man. I was fortunate enough to be in a movie, Den of Thieves.
Yep.
I got a message from one of my friends, Mrs. And she was like, "Hey, I'm just reaching out. I have a friend. She's a casting director. She's looking for Samoans. Do you want to be in a movie?" And I was like, "What kind of movie?" You know, and she's like, "Oh, you're gonna be in a movie 50 Cent." I'm like, "I don't even know if 50 Cent is that, you know, kind of guy you want to be in a movie with." I mean, not that. And then they're like, "Oh, Gerard Butler's gonna be in there." I'm like, "The guy from 300?" They're like, "Yeah." I was like, "Sign me up." So, you know, they took my email. We had an email back and forth. Wanted pictures. You know, they saw the tattoos, and that was my ticket in.
Oh wow.
So they were like, "Do you know anyone?" I was like, "I got 7 of my boys." Yeah, we were all there. We were shooting for a whole month, and it was one of those jobs that I wish was
Hey,
my days. Bro, it was.
maybe they'll call you back for
Hey.
number 2 that's coming out.
Yeah, nah, I think they killed all of our family out of that movie.
Yeah.
We're out unless we come back, in a different form.
Zombies.
Yeah.
So, so talking about playing in Australia, did you ever go to New Zealand to play?
No. I mostly just in Australia.
Okay.
It was like Australia. Where I was at was like Queensland. I guess you can say it's like like North America, and I was in the USA, so I was playing all over just that one big state.
So I had a really good friend of mine.
Okay.
He was from New Zealand, and he was a barbecue guy
Nice.
from New Zealand,
Oh, nice.
and he won a a Jack Daniel's Invitational over there,
Wow.
and he got to fly over here and compete in American Royal. This was back in 2018, right before we opened here, and so their team was the All Blacks.
Yeah.
So I've got a jersey at home that he brought me, and they bought. Sam's got a rugby ball from it,
Nice.
but his sons played rugby, and it's pretty neat because his before we opened here, his son was 12,
Oh,
I
wow.
think, and he did a haka
Yeah.
in here to bless our restaurant
Oh, wow.
and all, and like he was so into it, he was like tears just running down
That's
his
awesome.
face, and all. So yeah, it was very special to me. So when you said you were playing over there,
Yeah.
rugby, like that's huge for them over there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like football here.
Yeah.
It's a big, New Zealand is mostly the ones that are doing it most.
Yeah.
And the reason the world knows much about the haka because New Zealand, most of their games are televised. Tonga does haka too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No one knows.
Yeah.
Like every other kids can memorize the haka, but not the Tongan one.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can just feel that atmosphere, the tension.
Oh yeah. It was. I have to pull up the video. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, please do.
Like it was unbelievable.
That's awesome.
So-
That's awesome.
So I know spam's a big thing in Hawaii.
Yeah.
So are you incorporating any of that?
Yeah. So we're I'm building like having spam, but so spam is kind of like a sushi thing, like spam musubi.
Yeah.
But having spam musubi, it's kind of like one of those things that it's gonna sit there if you don't have like a big crowd for it to go, if people don't know.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do it in a festival that I was just at, but just didn't have the time to make it. But
You got to be making it fresh.
yeah.
It's
One of those things like you don't want to let it sit in that moment for more than 3-4 hours. You just want to keep it rotating. But in Hawaii, man, that's like QT hot dog. You pull up to a 7-Eleven,
Yeah.
just grab 5 or 6 of them, and you just it's one of those favorite food in Hawaii that people just can't get. And I'm sure that sodium in that spam is like,
It's good for you.
yeah.
Cures
So-
you from the inside.
So what is one dish that you make that reminds you of home? What is like one thing as soon as you put it in, like it's like
So last couple weeks ago, I went to for Polynesian festival,
oh yeah.
and I did my barbecue, but because we had like a 2-day, we had Friday and Saturday. So Friday, I kind of planned on like a little introduction of my barbecue, just grab the attention, and then Saturday I already planned to make my food for back home. So my brother-in-law actually flew in from California with the brisket and lamb chops, because that was like something we could work with. So I already had my taro leaves, my coconut cream, all that. So Saturday, we cooked these. I made some mussel with coconut cream. I made some brisket wrapped around with taro leaves and coconut cream, and we kind of steamed that for like almost 2 hours. Made some sweet potato. Made some chop suey. So that taro leaf with brisket and coconut cream, that was like a Sunday cuisine. If we have meat once a week, it'll be that on a Sunday.
So when you growing up there, you ate mostly vegetables.
Well, yeah, mostly vegetable, fish.
Yep.
We'll be lucky to get like a little couple chicken here and there, but we're so naturally used to it, kind of thing. So we know Sunday was going to be the feast day.
I got you.
We save up that $20
Yep.
for
Yeah.
Sunday meal.
That's
So
awesome.
that Sunday meal, you just after you're done eating that after church, you just lay back.
Whole family comes over.
Yeah. Whole
I
family
love
comes over.
So winter camera.
Yeah.
It's
hungry.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So with all that, are you cooking over direct coals? Are you cooking on smokers like we have, like a traditional offset? What we call a traditional
Yeah,
offset. I mean, I know in Hawaii y'all cook a lot in the ground, or you're cooking
Yeah,
over a live fire. So when you say you steam a brisket, I'm assuming you're putting it in like a cappuccino box or something like that.
It's a couple of leaves, taro leaves, and then it goes on top, and then you kind of make it up to a bowl. Then you pour the coconut.
Okay.
You wrap it up with foil, so that stays in that foil. We normally would basically dig a hole. We burn the rocks. We get the rocks to a certain like where you see it's all white. And once that, you pull out all the woods that are still burning in there. Lay it out flat. Put your food on top. Put a couple rocks on top of that. Cover it up with some banana leaves, and you let it sit there for 2 hours.
I love it.
And it's just, I mean, it's one of those, like I said, like Sunday, that's what we have to go through in the morning for our meal on Sunday.
It's awesome.
So when you get that food into your belly, it's like, man, it's so waiting that whole week.
I think you have created such a niche or niche, whatever you want to call it. I'm Southern, it's niche. With this, because you don't see Polynesian food. You really don't see Polynesian restaurants around.
No.
I mean, in Canton, the closest thing we get is Chick-fil-A sauce. And I know that's not even anywhere near.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That Polynesian sauce. I was like, man, I never seen that. If we would have a Polynesian sauce, it could be mayo or coconut cream. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
something like that.
lied to us all the time.
Like, we didn't get big eating that red sauce.
It's so funny.
I love it. Yeah, so you said you have a couple of sides and you're wanting to expand your menu.
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
you? So do you do? I know you roast pigs and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So, like catering wise, would you use a pork butt, or would you do
I
a
would,
whole
no,
pig?
I'll do a whole pig.
Whole pig?
Yeah. And I saw one of you guys that you had here
Yeah.
from
Hunter from
Wilkes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I order my pig every time I do a catering.
Oh, that's
I'll
awesome.
call- I already know when to call. I need to call them on a Monday or Tuesday because they have to order it and bring it home to the shop.
Oh yeah.
And I'll pick it up on a Friday. Yeah. So the big thing is, it's more about the way we do it, rotisserie. It's more like for people to see kind of thing. But that's like one of the biggest attraction that we have in islands for tourists. When they see the way of cooking, like the pig is pretty much the biggest eye catching where people are like, wow.
I'm a pig guy. Like I love it.
Yeah, and some people will come by, it's like, oh man, poor pig. I'm like, oh gosh.
Just wait till you taste it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, most catering, that's, I'll do a whole pig. If the customer wants it, I just give them the items, pineapple items, they'll ask a few questions like what this is, and some of my items is, helps with the vegetarian, folks out there where, this is a vegetarian, we added meat to it, but I took the meat out and just keep it like, noodle and veggies and all the ingredients in it.
So you do noodle dishes too?
Yeah. I'll do it's called chop suey.
Oh yeah,
So
that's right.
Yeah, it's like a rice kind of noodle or bean bread, we put veggies on it. I use the coleslaw veggies on it. I'll cook the noodles
Ooh,
first.
some cabbage, some carrots. Oh yeah,
Yeah, and you just stir that.
Sign me up.
I love it. So what would you like to see if you had a magic ball? Where would you like to see your business go?
Man, I wanna see it to a point where it's providing a better living for me and my siblings kind of thing. Like I wanna open it here. I wanna open it where my sister's at. I wanna open it where my brother is. But I wanna start here to reach a certain level of like something like this, like you guys have. Just like a little window, people come order kind of thing.
I love it.
Because that's how people are gonna get. The taste of the food for me is kind of like the first thing I want to work on to get better. It's a flavor.
I just have to know, how can I get you to come up here and like do a pop up or collab with us to do your dishes?
Yeah, I can definitely do that. Like,
I mean, I know I have a ton of people that
Oh, yeah.
because one of my things I would love to do is smoke. I've never smoked meat. I have a smoker and I smoked it. And it's just like, but I want you guys to smoke it because the way that brisket that you had there, I don't even know if I was eating brisket or butter, man.
you talk about love.
Yeah.
Oh,
Love,
my-
love is next.
I mean-
Holiness is next to fat.
Yep.
Like any of that, like that's all love.
Yeah, that's what you call aloha. You know why?
I love it. Yeah, I would love to do that. I would
Yeah.
like listen to me and you talk after this. Like, I would love to do a pop up here one Saturday.
Yeah,
We can do hogs. So I have a whole hog cooker out there. It's not so much a rotisserie,
yeah.
but it is more roasted than it would be smoked. We cook it over hot coals.
Yeah, yeah.
So what we do is traditionally, like how my granddad taught me how to do it. You have a burn barrel, and you load it up with wood, and you set it on fire. And you, as the wood burns down, you create hot coals, pretty much charcoal.
Yeah.
And you shovel those coals under the hog, and you cook it that way. And then you flip the hog over and finish it, and then
Yeah.
you pull. So it's over direct heat, and then it crisps that skin up. So the skin turns into crackling, which you chop up in the meat.
Yeah.
Oh, but take something like that and add your flavoring,
Yeah,
your twist to it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how big a hog you've ever done. Like we do when we do whole hog here, it's usually between 180 to 250 pounds.
Not even.
Yeah.
Like an inch and a half. Like I do like 30 pound.
Yeah.
You know.
Lot of points.
Yeah.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
It's so
They
good.
are.
Yeah.
Feel
Of the way we cook it.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta turn it for like 3 hours, 4 hours.
So do y'all just rotate around
Yeah.
like somebody's always turning it?
Yeah. I have one of my boys. Like, he's the master at that. Every time I do that, I call him. It's like, hey, Hiko.
I'm tired of this green hog.
There's a saying like, if your right arm's tired, switch it to your left.
Yeah.
I love it.
Right.
I love it. So what is your day job? What do you do during the day?
I preach church during the day.
Okay.
I work for a little company town off 92 or Kent Road called Sportsman.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you live up here in Woodstock?
No, I live in Marietta.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Not far at all.
I used to work for a company called 1-800-JUMP. I did that for 10 years. I'm glad I'm out of there because my body's not.
Done with the job.
Yeah. I'm glad it just to flip shirts or flip me. So
I tell you what, I love it. I love it. I love your passion.
Yeah.
I love the passion you have for what you do. You, like you said, it's love.
Yeah.
It's reminding you of home.
Yeah.
And stuff, and how you want to do it with your family.
Yeah.
Give it to your family.
yeah, yeah.
Bring them into it and do it where they're at.
Yeah.
Because I think that is something that this world lacks. Yeah. I mean, there is a lot of pockets of this around, but something with Polynesian food here in the United States, yeah, we've got places that are deep bars and stuff. It's not the passion you have.
Yes.
And all. I can't wait to see what all you come up with. I know.
Yeah.
Like I can't wait to see how you come up with different dishes and bring more of that.
Yeah. I mean, I watch a lot of video, like mostly Southern, like I'm trying to kind of infuse that, to my, my culture, like, and I sit at home and I throw a couple of things together that I see on video. So I have that flavor from the South. I'm like, what can I add to it to give me that Polynesian kind of flavor? And then when you do it, you're like, jeez. And you go back and try to remember what you just put in there. It's one of those things where you just gotta keep at it, just like get better and better. I started off my marinade for my food with like 4 ingredients. Now I'm at like 9 ingredients. Like it just for some reason it just keeps getting better.
Okay.
Build this flavor.
Well, we talk about it. I'm not going to put you on the spot and want to know your marinade. What is one thing in the marinade that people would be like, wow, I would have never guessed that?
Oh man, I guess some of it when I add pineapple, I guess, or orange.
Okay.
Yeah, like slices of orange.
You just put the whole orange, slice it up, put it in there.
Yeah, pineapple I blended
Okay.
with my other ingredients, but I do the fruits every once in a while. I don't. That's
So fruit like pineapple. Everybody
yeah.
always associates pineapple or fruit
Yeah.
with a Hawaiian dish. So that's not tradition. I mean, I know y'all did it, but but like your marinades were not like that's something different you've added to it.
Yeah, that's something different. But the 4 or 5 main ones are the ones that I started with. That's the main ones that I keep.
I got you.
And adding other little flavors, you can taste it. Even if I had apple, Fuji apple.
Well, I mean, you're in Georgia. I mean,
Yeah. So it's
Apple,
like it's just one of the
peaches.
things where you want to try it first.
Yeah.
And once you give it out, people will really go, "There's something a little different here." What is it? Good or bad?
Tell me.
Yeah. So,
I'm trying to see if we have any comment. Can't even scroll right now.
So where are you going to be set up this weekend?
I'll be at Red Door. I'll be there right around 9 p.m. I kind of love, being at Red Door because, in the beginning of this journey, Steve was my go-to guy.
Steve Shamali's
Steve
awesome,
was-
dude.
Where's Red Door at?
Bucket.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of what you do is in Buckhead.
Yeah. I would cook at Red Door or at District.
Okay.
On the weekends, but sometimes I'll do some car dealership on a Saturday. Like that's where I want to be, kind of thing. I would, for this past Sunday, I did some food for some of the breaks.
Nice.
And the person that helped me connect it, she was like, they killed it. Like, I made this watermelon juice. They were confused if it was real watermelon. Like if you're chewing something, it's not watermelon. But yeah, it's like it's one of those things where a lot of folks here has like flavor, taste. They some of them you can see their reaction, like but when you get a lot of people like turn their head back after a bite, that's when you're like, there's two things.
Yeah.
It's good or bad. Like they're like, and seeing like a lot of people when they're at the bars eating that food, like you can see like, man, like that's what drives you. That's what makes
Oh,
you
no doubt.
happy to keep doing what you're doing. Is you see people enjoying it. When you see a lot of empty plates, that's only in the islands you see that. But when you see that here at Buckhead, I make the plates the size of if it was my plate. I don't make the plate like, some of the plates you can barely close. I mean, like some people are like, that's a bit too much. I'm like, if I don't want to make it for myself, I'm not giving it to you. I'm gonna make it the same way
I love it. I love that.
And people love it. They finish it. That's the thing that shocks me. Like, I didn't think you were gonna be able to finish that plate.
Man, I wish you had the truck back when we had hangovers.
Oh yeah. Well,
But
I don't know if my mind was in there. I think my mind wasn't set yet on
yeah.
working Monday and Friday. All you want is right now.
Yeah.
So, and hopefully you go home without trouble. So,
Yeah.
I get it.
yeah.
Man. You getting any comments?
Oh yeah, Tony McGee's on here. Like every time I go to, we've got a lot of people watching. We've had a lot of jumping in and out. And,
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me here, man.
no, we love it. So, how can people get in touch with you? Like social media?
Yeah. As of now, it's mostly Instagram
Okay.
and a lot of it word of mouth kind of thing. Like, but Instagram, like some people reach out to my Instagram and Big Toko Barbecue, the whole Big Toko and the word barbecue. Because there is another Big Toko Barbecue, but they're in Utah. So a lot of people mixed up,
Gotcha.
So I always have to tell them you got to spell out the whole word barbecue.
They're not as good as you.
Hey, I don't know, but yeah.
Do they serve Polynesian barbecue?
They do the rotisserie
Oh,
style cooking. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so they do that. It's a big thing there. So it's easier for them to have that kind of food there because there's a lot of foreign people there. So,
I didn't know that.
so Utah, California, they have a lot of those barbecues. But I want to bring that around here in itself to people.
I love it.
Yeah.
And if you start infusing a lot of the southern dishes with your spin on it,
Yeah.
like I'm already thinking pork belly burn-ins. I'm thinking pork belly.
I did the pork belly and it literally blows my mind because I'm like I didn't think it was gonna taste like this. Like I'm usually when you have pork, you always have the flavor on the outside. Once you get to the kind of middle of the pork, like there's nothing there. This one sitting in the marinade for 24 hours, just like
I bet it caramelizes beautifully too.
and it's
Juicy.
better off for me to cook it on charcoal because just that flavor, that's just a different flavor.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no doubt,
Yeah.
no doubt. Charcoal,
Yeah,
anything with a live fire, it's going to take it up just several notches.
yeah.
And I love that, and I love that you're bringing something that, like, I can only imagine what it takes you to get ready for an event every weekend.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. It's it's not what I was expecting, but it's a lot of work. Especially doing it by yourself. But I'm used to doing a lot of work, and I already when I first started, I was all over the place. And I get frustrated sometimes because I would go to the store, have it up in the store. So I'm going into my third year now. I already set my schedule to where I'm going to be to go get this, go here, go here. I went from 9 places down to like 3-4 places.
That's awesome.
To get the food. And once you get that down, and then the process of marinating it and getting it together, it's another level of work. So, but that's what makes me. Sometimes I forget that I'm doing so much, kind of thing. Because I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's sorry.
All good.
Otherwise, there's a alarm.
Must be bedtime.
No, I think I set my alarm because no, it was only 20 minutes.
I can't believe it's been that long. No, you're stuck in here.
Yeah.
I love it. So a typical week, what day do you start prepping for the weekend?
So for the weekend, if I have to start Friday, I'll prep Thursday.
Okay.
So I'll prep everything, for the amount for Thursday, and for Friday the amount for Saturday. So I'll let it sit in there on a marinade, then I take it out on Friday, Friday noon, Friday afternoon, and then put them in Ziploc bags.
So
this part.
lamb's a big dish, and
Yes, lamb flap. Lamb flap was a big thing in Islands.
So how would y'all prepare that?
That was what we would put in the brisket tower leaf.
Oh, okay.
So, but the brisket,
Ooh,
but the
with
brisket,
coconut cream, sandwich.
some like my mother would kind of grill it first, kind of thing, or
Yeah.
fry it first a little bit, just to eliminate a little bit of the oil, but kind of crispy. And
Yeah.
then put it in, then you cook it. Sometimes it comes out just like that brisket that I had here. It just melts.
I love it.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
So is there a lot of rice dishes there? Like,
No, we have taro. We have like a lot of starch. We have taro. We have some kind of sweet potato, not the orange one here. We have the purple one
okay,
or the white one. We eat a lot of yuca.
okay,
That's yuca is like the easiest kind of crop that in 3 months you can harvest it.
Oh wow.
Sweet potato it will get up to 4, 5, or 6 months, then you harvest it. But yam is a cream. Like that's the top notch starch in Islands. But it takes over a year of taking care of that.
Really?
Yeah, you got. It's one of those things like you gotta watch it. You gotta make sure there's no weeds going
Yeah.
around. You gotta put sticks around it so the leaves can grow up on it.
Very temperamental.
Yeah. So it's like you gotta take. It takes a lot of work, but it's one of those top potatoes kind of thing in Islands that people,
I love it.
people has that patience to grow it, can grow it.
So have you thought about making like a sweet potato souffle with that?
I haven't got to that level yet. I'm still planning on it. Like I just created like my own little, coleslaw that I just created.
With some potato in it?
No, with coconut cream,
Coconut cream.
and pineapple. Like just little different, from the usual.
Yeah.
The ones that we
Mayo, vinegar based, yeah.
So,
Yeah. You do a lot of spice in it, or is it very mild flavored?
I do add a couple of spices to it just to, give it like that little kick, or, just to eliminate so you don't taste just one flavor in that thing. You have like 4 of them fighting to see who's going to win the battle.
I love it.
So, yeah. So, but it's, slowly kind of thing, like, once I think it's good enough for me to kind of put it out there, I'll put it out there, but, I do a cookout at my house and I have all my friends come. They're kind of like my big, tasters.
Yeah.
Obviously most of them would be like, yeah. But, they do help a lot, so, some of my cookings. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, man, I won't keep you any longer. I greatly appreciate you coming out. This has been so much fun. I know you were nervous to begin with.
Yeah.
You loosened right up. I'm here now.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
I mean, your shirt's not even wet yet. You haven't sweated through it. I mean, that's
yeah, it's
awesome,
one of
man.
those things where, you know, I've never, you know, been in that kind of atmosphere where, you know, you know.
Oh, you're gonna be in this.
Oh,
You're gonna be in this atmosphere a lot. I can tell you.
Hey, we never know. We might have to, you know, have a little cook-off. You know?
Let's do it, man.
Hey, I'm down. I look forward to having you bring that
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
to camp because I know it's going to be
Yeah.
a huge success.
I'm seriously start planning a pop-up
Yeah.
A
collab.
little collab would be awesome, you know.
Oh, I think it would be great.
Some of these camp people that's never been to Hawaii, hey, Hawaii, you're in camp.
That's right.
That's
Coming
me.
soon. So.
That's me. I've never been. I've already been out of the state of Georgia.
The grass skirt for
Yeah. Hey, you never know.
I got to go get abroad.
it.
I had to do the haka too, you know.
Well, sir,
Yeah.
thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so much,
listening.
man. Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
bro.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Always.
Appreciate it, bro.
Thank you.
And guys, y'all go check him out. Big Toko Barbecue. It's spelled out barbecue with a Q. And on Instagram, check him out. The food is unbelievable. I haven't tried it yet, but the pictures and all, I know it's fantastic. Him turning that hog, he's got a video of that up. It looks so good. But y'all go check him out. And guys, can't wait. This will be up on YouTube. It's streaming live now, and but we're gonna post it up, and it'll also be an audio version coming soon. So we're saving all those up. We're gonna release them all at one time. Release 4 or 5 at one time. So you're gonna be on a audio podcast. Yeah, you'll be on Spotify,
Oh,
Apple
nice.
Apple Music. Yeah.
Man, I'm getting bigger and bigger.
I know. And
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you
we're
so
very
much.
fortunate to have you. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
Thanks,
much.
man.
You bet. Y'all have a good night. See y'all.
Woo!